Oh, no, she is definitely at 12. She used black from the Caves of Koilos. I see. Ralph attacks for 3, putting her to 9. Christina's going to untap and draw that Nomad Outpost. Or no, she already had the Nomad Outpost. So if she draws an Urborg, a Swamp, a Plains... Okay, she plays the Nomad Outpost. See what she can do here. Might just be a pass back, and that's pretty awkward. End of turn. Ralph is going to God's Willing. Interesting play. He's going to try to get in there for the kill, I think, this upcoming turn. So we'll see how that goes. Christina looks like she's going to respond while Ralph only has 1 up. And Murderous Cut. And Ralph has the second God's Willing. The daggers, one might say. Not even scrying off the God's Willings. He's just going to draw and draw his blue source, which might make it lethal. Going to 28. See you, Higgins. Congratulations again if you're still in here. Ralph searches an island with his Flooded Strand. He's still shuffling up. We have Christina at the top playing Mardu Tokens, perhaps? Mardu Dragons? I'm not entirely sure. I saw Rabblemaster game 1. Draconic Roar this game, so it makes me think Dragons. The bottom is definitely Bant. Heroic. He has yet to draw his green sources, but game 1 he got stuck in hand with double Dramoka's Command. This game he kept a 1-land hand and got there while Christina missed mana turns because of mana constraints. Ralph's going to drop an Ordeal onto his Laguna Trailblazer. Attack is going to pop it to draw 2 and get in there for 7 damage at least. 8, 9. That's going to be it. We're going to go to game 3, and Christina is certainly going to be on the play, which is going to make things different for the Mardu deck. Being on the play, I think you can put... If they're in the deck already, I think you definitely keep the Thoughtseizes in. If you sided them out, I think there's a chance you put them back in so you can try to draw it on turn 1 to hit one of the creatures before they can land it. I've been out for a while, so I don't know if that's right, but that's what I think I would do in this situation. She's definitely looking at her deck in between this game. She's snap taking some decisions out. Some cards I assume she sided in for being on the draw, opposed to on the play. And while she's doing that, Ralph's going to go ahead and pile. We're playing at Hometown Hobbies on at 1119 4th Avenue in Huntington, West Virginia. I am currently streaming in Rare Drops. It's next door. They were kind enough to allow us to stream here, and they are a retro video game store, which goes very well with our tabletop board games and card games and stuff. You get bored of playing those, you can come over here and play some vintage video game systems that they have free to play. And if you get bored of that, you can come over next door and cast some magic cards, sling some spells. Christina's doing a last check through of her deck. It looks like she might be taking out the Seeker of the Ways, which that might be a great call. I'm not sure how often they'll be able to block. I guess you could attack and gain life, but at that point you're trying to raise 6, 7, 8 creatures and you're gaining 2 or 3 life a turn. Or I guess it's usually at least 3, otherwise it won't have lifelink. But she's going to take out Kolagon instead, actually. She's going to keep the Seeker in, taking out Kolagon for the 15th card. Going to give her deck a quick shuffle, and she is certainly going to pile it. Ralph's going to do a second one. Give their cards a nice mix. Both of them had mana issues that last game. Ralph had mana issues game 1. So we'll see what happens in this third game. Hopefully it's just a solid game of Magic being played. That's the hope, anyways. If Sorry, if you're curious as to what those cards are to the left of all the D6s on the table, those are a stack of tokens for use for the broadcast. They are not loose cards or anything. Oh, he actually cut Christina's deck this time, didn't give it a love tap. And he's shuffling it. This is different. This is different for Ralph. He must really want her to get some lands this game. They're both going to draw their 7, and Christina's going to choose to mulligan or keep first. And I don't see a land, so she's going to mulligan that one back. That's not good. Ralph's looking at his, shuffling through it. And he is going to join her. They're both going to 6 this game. So, we're already off to a great start. At least they're on even footing somewhat. Ralph, when both players mulligan, I'd prefer to be on the draw. That way I get the extra card. I guess it's the same if you both keep 7, but it feels better when you both go down on resources to have that extra resource first, especially if you keep land light hands. So we're both going to go to 6 here. Christina looks like she has a couple lands, at least a Scry land and a Crackling Doom or 2, so that might be just a keep from her. She has a turn 2 Seeker of the Way, perhaps, too. She has Mountain and Temple of Silence, at least. And Ralph looks like he might be going to 5. That's unfortunate for him. Heroic has a tough time mulliganing to begin with, but going to 5 is very brutal. He has to draw a land, Heroic card, maybe 2 lands and an Ordeal of Thassa to try to stay in this game. Christina leads with Temple. I could not see what that was. Just going to dance around with it and decide. Looks like, yes, she put it on the bottom. And she's going to pass it back to Ralph, who's going to draw Laguna Trailblazer. And pass it back? Pass it back. Okay, so Ralph kept a no-lander on 5. It's not a guarantee, but with turn 2 aggression... Oh, he got a fetch land. Okay, let's see. We might have a game here. If he has a Laguna Trailblazer, it's going to be interesting. It's going to make it to where that Seeker has to be pumped twice if Christina doesn't draw a land with Crackling Doom here. Or maybe a Downfall. I'm not sure if she's playing Downfall. Ralph played Laguna Trailblazer. Christina's going to swing in with the Seeker of the Way to see what Ralph does. He's just going to take it, going to 17 life. And Christina will follow it up, stuck on 2 with a Soulfire Grandmaster. It looks like Ralph is still on 1 land. A second one didn't come down for him, so he's just going to pass it back. And Christina has 2 creatures now. A land would help, and that's Spirit of the Haven of the Spirit Dragon. I did it again. I thought I did it correctly that time. I'm still having trouble with that card. I'm not sure why. She plays the Haven and just passes it back. Is that what I saw? Yeah, she just passes it back. Ralph's going to draw for turn. Not a land. Another white card for Ralph. I'm not sure what Christina has for 3. Or she might just not... Oh, Ralph's going to get in there and Defiant Strike, just put a counter on, maybe deal 2 and just draw a card, hoping to get a land here. He desperately needs it. Is Christina going to double block? What does that do? It makes it a 2/5. She would lose both creatures. Yeah, she takes it. She goes to 18. Ralph did not hit a land. It looks like he has 2 Dromoka's Commands, 2 Hero of Iroas, an Ordeal of Heliod, or Thassa, I'm sorry, and a Favored Hoplite. Christina's going to drop a Bloodstained Mire, which enables her to Crackling Doom now, and she's going to swing in with both. And in response, she's going to crack a fetch, 17 all. And I believe we're going to see a Crackling Doom deal some lifelink damage with that Soulfire Grandmaster in play. And a Crackling Doom is pretty brutal for Ralph. It's going to send him way back. He's going to be able to follow it up with a favored hoplite. If he has land, he gets a Hero of Iroas, but I'll make sure to tell them to send the winner of this match over. Get an interview with the winner of this game, and a Crackling Doom does come down. Christina's going to go up to 19 life just from the Crackling Doom. Damage is going to be dealt. It triggered once, so she's going to go to 22, unless I miscounted. She should have gained 5. Oh, yes, I miscounted very poorly. No, she was at 17. Yeah, she should be at 22, I think. I might have missed something again, but either way, she's going to untap. Oh, it has 2 lifelink built in, of course. And Ralph's at 10. He's going to get in there for at least 4. See if a spell comes down. Just 4. Putting Christina up to 26. Ralph down to 6. Island. He's going to play a favored hoplite. And I believe that's going to resolve. And he's going to... I'm not entirely sure what he could do. I think another Crackling Doom's gonna... Yeah, another Crackling Doom comes down, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, he's gonna put his hand on the table and show what could have been... What could have been if he went turns 1 and 2 lands. He might have had a strong chance to win that game with double Hero of Iroas, but Christina did have, to be fair, double Crackling Doom. So that's gonna be game for that one, and Christina gets it 2-1 in some very, very fast games. That did not last long at all. Yeah, 27 minutes is when Carter Newman headed back over. So this round has probably been on for about 25 minutes-ish. So that was a very fast round from Christina and Ralph. They're both playing fairly aggressive decks. Christina sided in some Crux of Fates. That makes a lot of sense. And, looks like she sided in Elspeth. She did side in the Thoughtseize, so I wasn't crazy for suggesting that. I thought that it might be better on the play than on the draw. I assume that she sided it out in game 2, and let's see what she sided out. She might have. I'm not entirely sure. Kolagon, of course. Draconic Roar isn't the best. This is just the playset of... Okay, she sided out 1 Kolagon in her playset of Draconic Roars. To side in an Elspeth, Thoughtseize, Ultimate Price, and Double Crux. And it looks like Ralph brought in 2 Encase in Ice, 2 Laguna Trailblazers, 1 Ordeal of Heliod, 2 Treasure Cruise, and 3 Battlewise Hoplites. I'm sorry, he took out 3 Battlewise Hoplites and 2 Treasure Cruise for the Laguna Band Trailblazers and the Encase in Ices. So let's see if we can get Christina over here, since she is the victor of that round. Go ahead and switch the action back over to me, since we're just going to see packing up. I'll actually wait. Alright, we're back here. Rare Drops, streaming from we're streaming from Rare Drops for Hometown Hobbies. That way the players can't hear me because it's a large open space at Hometown Hobbies, so I can't stream there else the players will be able to hear me. So we actually have cable running through this wall to make it to where all of this is possible. And thank you, Rare Drops, for allowing us to do that. So... yeah, we have 2 rounds in the books. Let's see if they happen to... I doubt it, but if they put somebody else on the table. They did not. So until then, you just have to stick with my ugly mug. Until we get somebody over here. So yeah, that was pretty good games. It was unfortunate that Ralph got land screwed 3 games in a row. He didn't have green in game 1. And in game 2... he won, but he kept a 1-lander. That was really, really bold of him. In Game 3, he mulliganed to 5, kept an 0-lander, didn't see land for 2 turns. It wasn't exactly what he wanted.
Hey.
Hey!